So you want to cosplay Nadia from the Arcana, a mobile game by NYX Hydra. Well, today I'll be going over a brief explanation on how I do my makeup for her. You are going to want to put your contact lenses in first if you do wear them. You don't have to wear them, I just used them for the video since I already had them. We're going to start by using the Shine Killer Primer by NYX. This is really good if you have oily skin or just something to mattify your complexion with. Now on top of our primed base, we're going to apply a foundation. I am using Wet n Wild's Photofocus, but anything that matches your complexion will do. I'm applying that with a little off-brand beauty blender in order to buff out any lines, streaks, or imperfections when applying the foundation. Here I'm using NYX's Under Eye Concealer. I use this not only on my under eye, but any dark spots as it's formulated for masking dark spots. I apply it with a little concealer brush and just blend it out. And then I go ahead and set that all in with a nice translucent powder. This I find is useful in setting with powder before doing contours. It helps it blend better and give it a nice base. Moving on to contour, I go ahead and use the NYX Contour Palette, and I just use a medium to dark shade to go ahead and carve out all those features. Nadia has very sharp, prominent features, including her cheekbones and nose. So I go ahead and just make mine a little more prominent before blending it all out. Now I'm going to use a very light contour shade in order to highlight my features. This one isn't metallic, it's matte, but it really helps bring out the contour we just did. Now here is where I'm going to use a metallic highlighter, and I'm going to put that right on my cheekbones, nose, chin, and cupid's bow in order to highlight the features, as this will really catch in the light since it's a very warm shade. Now that our base face is all done, we're moving on to eyes. I'm going to be using a very warm cocoa shade right in my crease. I'm blending that out into more of a cat eye shape since Nadia has very cat-like eyes. And then after that, I'm going to be putting a metallic red on top of it. It's more of a metallic brick color as Nadia's eyeshadow is red in the game. And I'm just going to be blending that into what we already have. And now I'm going to be using a dark purple. I go ahead and put that right on like the outer corner of my lids and pack it into the crease. This gives it a lot of dimension and it helps blend with her overall look. And now I'm going to be using a highlighting shade, a very metallic one that's almost gold, and using that on my brow bone. And now I'm going to be using a very gold metallic shade on the inner corners of my eyes to really bring out that highlight we did on the brow bone. And then I'm going to add a little bit of that metallic red on the outer lash line and then blend it into the already dark one we already did. And then I'm going to take this metallic eye color by Colourpop and I'm just going to pack that into the corners of my eyes and blend it out to really get that highlight to pop and really get that dimension in there. Moving on to brows, I'm going to start with a base of that same purple we did, the very dark purple. And I'm just going to go ahead and fill in my brows with it. And I'm also going to make my brows a little thicker since Nadia has very thick eyebrows. And then I'm going to go ahead and use that metallic red again and put that in the arches and tails of the brows to really help blend it into the wig we're going to be using since Nadia has two-tone hair. I'm also going to be using a brow pomade in a very dark shade and filling in the brows just to give them a little more dimension as I have a cut in my brow. I'm just going to fill that in and help give it a more cohesive look. And then I'm going to blend that in with more of the purple. And now I'm going to be taking more of that concealer, and this is a lip brush as I find it gives a little more control, and I'm going to be carving out my brows a little more with it just to clean up any loose powder and define the shape a little more. It'll help sculpt out the brow as Nadia has rounded arches and thick brows. They're very defined. Now I'm going to be using a felt liquid liner, and I'm going to be defining my eyes, and I'm going to be lining the upper lid in a very thick cat eye since that is what Nadia has in the game. Her lashes and liner are both very, very defined. And now I'll be using a gel pencil liner on my lower lash line, and I'm going to be blending that into the upper liner we just did. I'm only going to line halfway down my lid because I'm trying to get a very cat eye shape before going in and filling in my waterline with the black pencil as well. I'm also going to be defining the inner corners of my eyes with the liner as well to give it a little more cat eye shape. Moving on to lips, I'm using a very dark burgundy matte liquid lip. I'm going to be filling in my top and bottom lip with this same shade, and feel free to take your time as her lips are very carved out and animated, so we want to get those nice clean lines. Now I'm using a very glossy metallic burgundy liquid lip, and I'm putting that over the top as I find the glosses are a little sheer and Nadia has a very pigmented lip, but this adds that iconic cartoonish shine to her lips. Back to the eyes, I'm just going to be curling my eyelashes and applying a generous amount of black mascara to prep them for false lashes. For the false lashes, you're going to generously apply a good amount of glue. I chose a very dramatic pair. The thicker the better, as Nadia, like we said before, has very, very defined eyes, and her lashes are incredibly thick and long and full. And now you're just going to repeat that with the second eye. And now the moment we've all been waiting for. We're going to put our hair up and under a wig cap to help keep it on and keep all our hair in place under our wig. The wig I'm using is a hand-dyed lace front. It is a burgundy beet red at the base and a beautiful royal purple transition towards the bottom. I did this with a fabric dip dye method. We're going to go ahead and put that on. You'd normally use tape, but for just the tutorial I didn't need anything to help keep it on all day as it fits beautifully on my head. So you're just going to fluff it up, get it into place, and now we're going to put on our costume. And there you have it, folks. You're ready to be Nadia from the Arcana game. You're ready to be romanced and maybe fight a goat or two? Who knows? The costume you're seeing on your screen now is Nadia's bathhouse version. It's only worn briefly in game, but it's made by me out of some really nice, simple satins and organzas and trims you can get at your local fabric store. The link in the description leads to the base wig I used for this costume, as well as a list of products that I used in this tutorial as well. Please let me know if there are any other characters I've done that you'd like to see me do makeup tutorials for. Nadia was by far one of the most requested characters with how dramatic her makeup transformation was.